Libra, how you doing? Welcome to the Crow Tarot. We are going to be looking at your first half of May general reading here. We're going to start off with an animal energy, but of course, and then we'll get right into the tarot. All right. What is the animal energy for Libra for first half of May? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Ooh, okay, cool. So we got the frog. Bam. So, this frog. So the first thing that I want to draw y'all's attention to is, the rain. This is very much about detoxing. This can be two things, and it can be both things. This can be an emotional detox for sure, right? Sometimes we have to exhaust ourselves with certain emotions and, you know what I mean, and feel them to the point where we're like, I gotta release because I am just tired, right? This can also be physical detoxing as well, right? We are, in spring here. Some of you guys could be in a place where you're like, you know what? I feel better when I put this in my body and a little bit worse when I put this in my body situation. This can be both emotional and physical or either or, okay? But this is very much a detox and a cleanse. Okay? All right. Let's get some tarot here. Let's see what's going on for my Libras. All right. What's going on for my Libras first half of May? Please and thank you. Ace of Swords. I love it. So, this always gives me that, sort of truth kind of vibe here, with the sword and the stone and Excalibur and all of that good stuff. This is justice, right? Which is your card in the tarot. This is, very much echoing that. This is justice. This is truthful communication. This is communication and truth without sugarcoating or, leaving things out. This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, right? This can also be a divine truth as well. Sometimes, when we speak to someone, or this can even be, with ourselves, you can feel the difference between when something is just so true that you feel it in your stomach, or you get those truth shivers, truth shivers in your body. So it feels to me like this could very much be an inner truth for you guys, something that you realize about yourself because of this detoxing thing. But let's keep going, because this could also be about, detoxing others from your environment that are no longer, vibing with your energy and all. Could very much be both. Let's see. But the frog and the Ace of Swords, hello. Okay. What else is going on for my Libras for first half of May? Whoa. Okay. I feel like, okay, good. So we got the Magician here. I love this, right? Magician also has the sword here, right? This is beautiful. The Magician is all about really knowing deep within you that you have all of the tools and resources and wherewithal at your disposal that you need to create the life, reality, and circumstances that you desire. Now, I want to be very clear about this one thing. This is not about being overly specific in what you want. This isn't saying, like, I want this specific job and I want the office on the top floor and I want so-and-so to ask me out and then I want to move into this specific house, right? Those specifics. That's not what the Magician is about. The Magician is getting a little, it's opening up. It's opening up that point of view where it's like, okay, do I want these specific, because the universe has trouble working with specifics, right? But if you're asking, if you want to manifest, no, I really am going to focus on the feeling. And you know what? Let the specifics go. I don't necessarily know what's in my highest and best good in terms of specifics, but I do know, Ace of Swords, without a shadow of a doubt, that I want to be happy, right? That I want to have financial abundance, that I want romantic love that is balanced, that I want people around me to be of my highest and best good and aligned with my current energy. See, it's specific without being overly specific, and that's what the Magician represents, right? Now, we got the King of Cups here for y'all. So the King of Cups is someone who is very balanced with their emotional life. The King of Cups has a high emotional intelligence is what it is. But the King of Cups is also, the King of Cups can perceive things about people intuitively, psychically, but doesn't feel the need to speak on it, right? The Queen of Cups is like, you get her going and she'll give you several long Shakespearean sonnets and monologues about how she feels and what she feels around her, right? We gotta love her. But the King of Cups is like, no, I don't really feel the need to like express everything that I'm feeling or picking up on. It's really just for me to know and for you to live in the question of. This is this kind of energy here, but overall, this is a mastery of one's emotions in a way that is felt by the individual, right? Okay. Let's get some clarifiers here, but these are all major players here. The Ace of Swords, the Magician, and the King of Cups. Ooh. All right, let's get some clarifiers here. Let's get a clarifier for this Ace of Swords from the Libras. Oh, the High Priestess. Abso-freaking-lutely. I love that it's clarifying the Ace of Swords. So remember when I said that this very much felt like it was about you? It really does. This is tapping into one's own intuition to see the unseen and discern what is yet to be discerned. That's what this is. You're going inside, right? Connecting with your intuition, possibly your emotions as well, but they really go hand in hand, don't they? In a lot of ways. To really discern a truth that needs to be excavated and seen and brought into the light, and then implemented in a way where it puts you in a place of power to manifest what you most desire. See, and the fact that the King of Cups isn't the most communicative bloke on the block, I really feel like this is an internal thing, this detoxing aspect, okay? Ooh, I just love when the High Priestess comes out to play. I just love her. She's my favorite. Okay, let's get a clarifier for this Magician here. Boop, 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 boop. Two of Swords. Two of Swords. I have to tell you, this is very much echoing what I said with this already. So Two of Swords is an active timeout, well, a semi-active timeout. It's that cause for pause before you go on to make a decision one way or another, right? So this is very much saying that, you know what? Actually, this is a good point. So this Two of Swords energy, and I love that it's, it's what comes after Ace of Swords, right? So there's a progression here. The Two of Swords can happen when we are being overly specific, right, in our thinking or our desires, but this can also come from over-analyzing our options, over-analyzing in general. The Magician is not about over-analyzing at all. The Magician doesn't have time or room to over-analyze. He just moves and acts and manifests and is a G in that way, right? So this is really saying let go of some of these specifics around what you desire, specifics around what is right for you, your own inner truth about you and your environment moving forward, and just really focus on manifesting a feeling. Because this, the swords represent the mind, right? The mental realm. And King of Cups is feeling, so is, High Priestess. So I really feel like this is saying to let go of a lot of those specifics about what you want and really more think about how you want to feel, right? Do you want the office on the top floor? Or do you want to feel happy, right? Give the universe something to work with here, right? Because like I said, the universe has trouble working with specifics like that. Because we can be asking for something really specific, and then the universe, our guides, whatever have you, has something so much more epic planned for us And you can just see them like off to the side going, oh my God, if they would just stop putting all of their attention and focus on this one specific outcome with this one specific person or job or home, we could really roll out the red carpet for them and give them all these things, but they're being so specific. It's blocking us from giving them this bounty that just looks different than how they are seeing it right now from their limited human 3D perspective, okay? By the way, guilty, okay? Guilty of that myself. Very human aspect that we're speaking of here. Let's get a clear flag for the King of Cups. See? So we have a progression of the swords here. So we got the Three of Swords. It did come out in the reverse, okay? So I'm going to keep it. But I really feel the need to point out this, like, look, we have the Ace of Swords, right? Which leads us to the Two of Swords, which leads us to the Three of Swords. So progression, right? Which is gorgeous. And I'm obsessed that this came out in the reverse. Okay. This is really beginning to feel like a heart versus head situation here. So let's talk about this. So, the King of Cups, like we said, can pick up things emotionally, intuitively, but not feel the need to relay them or shout them from the rooftops, right? It's a bit of a contained energy, right? Then we have the Three of Swords. When this is in the upright, this is exactly what it looks and feels like. This is heart pain of the highest degree, right? When it's in reverse, it's still present, but it's something that is being actively healed and shifted through. So I feel like what this is saying is the way through this sword progression and the way from this energy into another one is to really come at it through a place of emotionality and realize that this, whatever this is, if this is mental anguish that you feel in your heart or heart pain that is affecting your mind and your perspective, that how you're going to heal it is to kind of, because it really feels like a solitary energy too, and I felt that from the top with the frog. You could be very much being called, this is work that you're doing on your own, well, with your higher powers, whatever works for you. But this is something that is not we haven't, the only two we got here is the Two of Swords and the High Priestess, which are very much solo energies, right? It feels like something you do on your own and for yourself with the help of your divine team or whatever that is for you, okay? But it really feels like, when this is in the reverse, the Three of Swords is in the reverse, it's like, okay, well, heart pain, we can't just make poof. Like poof, it's gone. No, it's going to linger a bit, but I feel like the healing around it is going to come from taking some time to yourself to process and heal all of these realizations and insights and truth and forward movement that's coming up for you, because I do feel like you guys are going to be becoming very aware here in the first half of May about changes that need to be made. Now, these changes that need to be made may not be popular to others around you, which is also why you may want to keep it to yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like when you start telling people about these changes that need to be made, then you're opening yourself up to their opinion. And sometimes that can be really helpful, but other times it can be kind of a counterproductive, and it feels like that's counterproductive for you in this. So maybe keep some of this stuff to yourself while you heal and go through this, okay? And other, also like when you speak things that are coming up for you and then you share them with others, in a way they're no longer yours. Then you're inviting in their energy into the fold. And this really feels like this is a call for solo energy, okay? I'm gonna get a couple oracles for y'all. Right. Ooh, that took 3 seconds. Ancestors, generations. I love this. Let's talk about the snake for a moment. Do you see this? This is karma, soul contracts, things that we inherit in our DNA and our bloodline, right? But this is also very much about healing. And why I love that this came up so much is because it doesn't say family, it says ancestors, right? Which implies for me in my mind that they've already passed on, right? Which, remember when I said that maybe keep some of these realizations and forward movement and choices and change to yourself for the moment here in the first half of May, but you're not absolutely alone because you can really call in your divine team, angels, whatever that is for you. I feel like this is very much echoing that, but they're really drawing my attention to the snake here, which is very much about healing and transformation. When the snake sheds its skin, that is when it is most vulnerable to predators. It's uncomfortable. They have to go in this small little, space sometimes and rub their body up against rocks to really get that skin off. It's not like they just shed the skin like that and it's like boop, 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 boop. You know what I mean? No, that takes a moment. It takes several moments, actually. It takes so long by the time it's done, they come out and they're freaking starving because they can't eat during that time. They can't be running around with the skin half on or crawling around, slithering around. Right? And I do feel very much that you are going to move through this time of healing and transformation a little more seamlessly if you can just take extra time to go within, meditate, be open to signs and synchronicities, to know that while you may physically be alone during this transformation or keep a lot of this to yourself, that your guides, the divine, your team, are very much here for you. Even those who have passed on and are on the other side, they're very much uplifting and supporting you. And you can share with them, you know what I mean? Because they aren't going to be directly affected by the choices you make, like people in your 3D reality are and might be. You know what? I'm also getting though too, that for some of you, if you actually do have older family members or even like older family friends around you, and this is for a few of you, a very specific few of you, that make you feel better in their presence. We all have someone like that, I feel like. Sometimes it's, Mima, Papa, or like this old family friend that's been around for 50 years, whatever have you, a mentor I'm hearing, right? And you're in their presence and you just feel like, right? It's just easy, and you can just kind of sit and reap the benefit from their wisdom just by being in their presence. I feel like that could be very helpful for a few of you, but it should be someone that doesn't have a pony in the race, who is not directly affected by the decisions and transformations that you are going through. Okay? It's that impartial party that's going to come from a place of love and unattachment towards you. Okay? Let's get one more oracle, though I really wanted to get one from this vintage deck here. This oracle from my Libras. Ooh, I love it so much. Oh, okay. They're telling me to take the card on the bottom. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, so we have beauty. I mean, what could be better? Beauty, 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 beauty. Usually when this comes up, it feels like, find the beauty in the small things, find the beauty in the everyday, stop to smell the roses. I gotta tell you something. This, for you guys, this very much feels like, as opposed to stopping to smell the roses, it's almost as if when you get through this cycle, this is what you're looking forward to. Honestly. It's saying to me that you're going to come, especially with this other card we got, because we got freedom. Freedom. Look at this dove here. I feel like this is very much saying that once you move through these energies, you get clear on what is and isn't working for you. You detox from people or things or whatever that is for you to get into a place of alignment. Shedding that skin as the snake and getting into a new place where you're actually actively healing some of this heart pain or mental pain that you feel in your heart, right? King of Cups style. So it feels very much you're moving into bosshood. Bosshood, that's what it feels like. And within that bosshood is it's going to be a freedom the likes of maybe you haven't quite experienced before. Because this true freedom comes from knowing that you did exactly what you needed to do for you, even when there might be others around you who disagree or have something to say about it. You know, sometimes, especially with family, close friends, anyone we have like a close soul contract to, or even like a karmic contract with, when we start making these changes and shifting into a new position and leaving behind what no longer works, sometimes that can trigger people around us because we're mirroring back to them changes that they're being called to make that they are resisting. I just got that for you guys in a big way. Okay, but you're gonna come out of this and you're not gonna need to like have someone there waiting to high five you. You're gonna be your own high five. Along with a flower headdress. But seriously, I feel like this is saying with the beauty that you're going to really recognize the beauty that comes from accomplishing something with and for and by yourself. With your divine team, of course. But this is the beauty that comes from like getting through it on your own and patting yourself on the back. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Libras, here we go. This was your first half of May general reading. I so hope that this was of help to you and resonated with you. If it wasn't, it did. Please let me know in the comments below. I would just love that. Also, if you would like, more in-depth view of how to navigate through these energies, I am available for personal readings. All that info is in the About Me section. And with that being said, my beautiful Libras, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. But, mostly thank you for being you. And be well until next time.